And we are live. Hello. As usual, using my Evil Twins model. Almost forgot to change the audio for gas station simulator. Or I prefer using the audio capture. Anyways, not much is gonna happen on stream tonight because, well, I'm not gonna stream for that long. Like 45 minutes, hour tops. Mainly because, well, I'm trying to get my next video out next week, and that means that I pretty much have to record all my lines tonight. I was actually kind of tempted to make, tonight a bonus stream of Stalker 2, but I decided against it because as I'd probably get too addicted. It's actually kind of interesting to note just how much that there's a bunch of games that are coming out that 10, 15 years ago probably would have been considered shovelware, yet they're actually pretty well received. Like Gas Station Simulator, TCEG Shop Simulator, I think the name is. That one's also pretty good. Although, to be fair, the thing is, most games cut out the stuff that makes those jobs really boring. Like, for example, Stardew Valley would actually be pretty dull if it was realism, if it had a realism mode. Plus, you don't have to deal with stuff like disease or wild animals stealing your crops. Or if you want another example, well, look at Call of Duty. From what I understand, most soldiers, it's not that uncommon for soldiers to not see combat. So if they had an 100% authentic campaign, they'd actually have to have you do a lot of waiting around, and people would get bored. I'm not saying that the military is just nothing. I'm just saying there would not be nearly as much shooting. And I do have a lot of respect for those who do actually serve, since, well, my dad was actually a veteran. Vietnam vet, and Navy vet, but still. They're still working out the kinks. But honestly, I'd take a graphical bug over a game breaking, over a bug that crashes the game. Like, graphical issues can be fixed, and, well, in some cases, they arguably add to the charm. Oh? How is that invalidated?
Super.
I mean, how is that invalid? Honestly, this is actually a pretty fun game. Like, I'd probably hate it if I worked the job IRL, since, well, although I guess it would really depend on the location, since, like, one of the big things that kills a job for me is the commute. Like, well, that, and also I don't like jobs that require a lot of physical labor.
As I wanted.
You know, I've actually been in a movie theater where, like, it was just me and one other person, and honestly, it was kind of a surreal experience. It wasn't like some really unknown movie. It was just like a movie that was, like, not very good in hindsight. Like, Meet Dave, I think it was. It was one of those Eddie Murphy comedies made when he was, like, in that slouch. Actually, well, it's not entirely inaccurate to describe it as being similar, but actually I just have, like, the gas station part closed off because, well, I'm focusing on, like, the other parts. Specifically, the cinema, which I just showed you, and, well, I'll show you the other thing in a second. Let me get over there. the cars are making part, or rather I forget the name of this DLC. The car junkyard. I do remember seeing that a while ago. I don't remember hating it, although I'd probably need to rewatch it to remind myself, like how I felt. Like I said, it was a while ago, so I actually don't remember how I reacted to it. Like, I only remember... like, I'm the type of person who, like, does get restless if he's not in the right mood. So it might have been, like, I eventually got too restless and, like, had to leave to do something else. Like, I'm better about it now than I was as a kid or a teen. Like, it's actually been a while since I've seen a movie. And I'm not just talking about, like, in theaters, which I don't think would be that hard to understand. I mean, like, in general. I'm trying to remember what the last one I saw was. You know, supposedly you can actually play your own... You can actually, like, play files of your own choice in this game. I actually thought of, like, trying to find, like, a good video to do that for, but I couldn't really decide on for the stream, but I couldn't really think of one. Obviously, it would have to be something stream appropriate. Like, I'm not gonna, like, just download... just, like, start playing porn on here. Like, in general... Well, I'm going to, like, try and keep, like... the problem is that there's a file size limit. And a limit of how long the videos can be, and, like, most of my videos are larger than that limit. I'd either need to mod the game, or the devs would need to patch it so they could play, like, you could play, like, hour-long videos. Kind of a shame that they only... let you go for, like, 20 minutes, because it would be really fun to just, like, watch an anime episode or something. I mean, I guess I could, like, find one of those, like, short ones that are, like, less than... and the normal length, but still...
be stranded.
What I'd really like to do... I wish you could, like, see in... I don't really have, like, any, like, short-form videos, per se, but, like... If you mean by someone else, I'd actually need to take a while to think about that. Of course, the something else thing also is kind of complicated since, well...
Nice.
that would fall into the whole React content debate. And, like, the thing is, my stance is that, like, if you're only streaming on Twitch and you're not, like, editing your VODs down, then it's a lot more tolerable. Well, if like you do somewhat lazy reacts, keyword more, not like completely tolerable, like it's still a bit of a dick move.
Whoa, super.
I'd say Queso and Critical will do good reaction content. Asmongold and Hassan Piker, not so much. Snuffy, easily. Although, oddly enough, I might have actually said Frederick Nunsend if I'd, like, gotten into VTubing later, since, well, he's actually a VTuber, but I knew him before he became one. Like, I found out because his VTuber Twitter account was actually suggested to me. Like, he actually kept them pretty separate. I legitimately thought it was, like, someone who was just using the same name, but then I was like, no, it's actually the same person. I wasn't doing that on purpose, but I'm doing it to, like, show off something weird I noticed. Since it doesn't scan the product, you'd expect the customer to be, like, elated over getting something for free, right?
I'm not gonna pay a dime for this.
As you can see, that wasn't the answer. I mean, the outcome.
Thanks a bunch.
I think a restock of my store is in order. I would get car care, but the thing is, I'm actually restricted by how much space I can have, so unfortunately that's not an option right now. Let's see here. It's actually kind of interesting in just how little drama Snuffy manages to get into for someone her size. Like, I guess that's a strength of just how much a chill personality he can, like, act as a deterrent to that sort of thing. It's not like she's some social recluse. Like, she has mentioned actually, like, having a partner in the past. Like, I don't think she's mentioned if she has one currently. Let's see what else. Honestly, the only really thing I could think of criticizing her for is one of the, like, Twitch streamers she's associated with them in the past, but ask Bunny Gif if you don't know who I'm referring to. Rima F. Evenstar did a whole video on her. But the thing is, like, they haven't collabed recently, and also I'm pretty sure that, like the collab happened before all the drama revolving around her happened. So I wouldn't be surprised if Snuffy decided to, like, cut ties. In fact, let me check something. I was gonna check to see if, like, Snuffy suggested, like, some particular... How, like, you know, sometimes on Twitch they'll say, this streamer or suggests blank vtubers. Like, let me grab someone I follow at random. Or rather, not vtubers, it's just these streamers. I forgot that if you go to someone who's currently live, it doesn't show that. But anyways, like, I would have thought that I was wondering if Snuffy showed, like, Bunny GIF. But turns out that that's not the case, fortunately. Like, she didn't get banned or anything, but it was the sort of thing that actually got her, like, I don't know if exiled or ostracized is the right word. But anyways, she actually did try and make a comeback, although there was quite a bit of coverage. Like, to her credit, she at least didn't, like, do the rebrand, and, like, it did seem like she was at least trying to address the stuff. Now, obviously, you can argue if she did a good job, but I should get, like, a second one of these. fact, you know what? Let's do just that. Obviously, I would have preferred to, like, be able to make it so that, like, all of them, all the brand... And we're, like, together, but we're, like, half and half, but... I wish that there was like a 90-degree... I always hate it when they have like placing options, but there's no 90-degree snap. Like, I mean, it's not like this is something new. Like, if you watched Arby and the Chief when it was like when like Machinima was a thing, like you might remember that one episode where like the Arbiter was complaining about that in like Forge mode. I'm wondering if Arby's ever like tried to sponsor that Machinima series. I think Digital Fear is still making content. They do actually have a 90-degree. Snap feature. That's actually pretty cool. But honestly, I wish it defaulted to like the 90-degree snap thing earlier, since, well, unless you're like trying to or like you actually had to turn on like the manual angle adjust mode.
Super.
Why are glasses so expensive? Like, you think that they, like, I can get it selling them at a markup, but
Top of the line top there.
you'd think they'd make it so that the upgrade would actually do something other than just give you another movie. Like, they could at least make it so you could queue up movies. Like, honestly, that's the biggest complaint I have about this DLC. Although I guess I can't complain too much since, well, it's a free DLC. You want to know something I find a bit odd? Jokes about, like, the next Half-Life, about how Valve Count to 3 have kind of died down, even though Valve still hasn't made a third Half-Life game. At least not one with the number 3. Like, if you want it... If you just want the third game with the name Half-Life in it, then they actually did that with Episode 1. But still, like, I find it odd that you don't hear a lot of people, like, asking when the next Half-Life game is coming out. I mean, I know we did just get Half-Life Alyx, but from what I understand, the ending actually set up a completely new game. Like, I wonder how or when that's going to, when we're going to get that. Like, it'll happen within my lifetime, I'm for sure, but I do find it odd. Like, then again, I guess maybe Valve is working on that Deadlock game. Yeah, I've heard of him. I'm not a fan of his. That's all I'll say. Now you. Okay, so let me show you how the car simulator works. I mean, how the car manufacturing works. Or the car junkyard works. I'll show off the one part I didn't do on stream after I'm finished working on this car, but first we use this grinder to get rid of all like the paint and rust on the car. Good news is we don't actually have to like get everything. And like as long as we get enough, the game will automatically complete it for us. There's already been a few videos I've heard that are critical of him. And FPS Diesel comes to mind. I've been meaning to watch that. Maybe I'll do that after I like finish recording my lines tonight.
Whoa, super.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Like, I saw that mentioned, although I didn't know too much about the specifics. It's just that I'd say that's not like the same. I was more thinking it would be something like a video essay, whereas I'd say that's more like a podcast episode. Now we gotta wait for all the parts to like get it treated with chemicals. Also, they're good as new. Surprised there isn't an option to like just use. I'm actually curious as what other brands there. Brands of cars there are, like. Dodge is obviously a stand-in for Dodge, and well. I'm actually not sure what El Camino is supposed to be a stand-in for. Still, I do have to wonder, like, what is like the worst that's hiding? Like, I already know that he's been called out for like his very questionable practices with Ember Aid. That is an understatement, I will fully admit, but since even in the best case scenario for him, he comes off as very incompetent. And, like, Upper Echelon Gamers made a video talking about it that I recommend if you want more info. And I also know Sid Alpha is going to be making... Wow, that must have been one very pathetic party with only one person. And I know Sid Alpha is doing an episode of Dirty Devs on it, although that one's in the works because of health issues. Like, it's a lot easier to do, like, a loosely connected ramble as opposed... I see no reason why I shouldn't be able to, like, queue up movies. Or at the very least, let me play, like, the full feature. The good news is that the car junkyard is something I have complete control over, although I haven't used the contract, so... Oh, that actually might be interesting. I know Dead Domain also put out that pretty in-depth one on him. I'm wondering what a chic up... Oops, oh well. Cinema's more important in anyways. Okay, so I think I'll get this VIP candidate. Yeah, that is not a good sign. Like, here's the thing, like, deleting one or two tweets every now and then, that, you know what, that's not automatically like a red flag, especially like if it's something which you have no one has any context for. But if it's and I'm assuming he's mass deleting tweets, which, well, is not. Exactly something that looks good. I mean, if it's like right now, for example, if you mass deleting stuff while people are already looking at you,
Nice job. You won't regret.
who makes it look really suspicious. And on the other hand, if like you mass delete it out of nowhere, it makes you look. It immediately raises questions. Oops. The second scoop is always just so annoying. Like, yeah, story-wise, this is actually not, like, super deep, but no, this is the right flavor.
Awesome.
Well, looks like I have to clean up one of the sand dunes. Like, if you're curious what the sand dunes are, basically, like, every once in a while you'll get sandstorms unless you turn them off, which I did. This must be like a leftover from like the scene that introduces one. But it'll like cause cars to like get stuck. Like, you would think that like after a while they'd eventually like be able to break free, or like it would only be like the heavy cars, like I actually have kind of like fallen out of listening to most music in general. Like, I do like some rap, but There is one person whose shoes I am really glad I'm not in right now. You might have heard of the quartering. Well, recently he found himself in like a huge amount of debt, like $300,000 worth of debt. And it's all because of that coffee brand of his, apparently. And the thing is unrealistic, mind you, since, well, they actually just fired Wings of Redemption. Technically, I think they've fired all 3 hosts, but they still keep Boogie2988 on board. I forget the exact circumstances of what caused the quartering coffee business to become so debt ridden for him, but it's not like this is the first time he's had a business basically fail on him. Like, I'm fully expecting him to shut it down in the near future. Like, there were 2 other companies he ran that he had to shut down. The first was Exclusively Games, which was a games news site, I think it was. I think he had to shut that down because, well, he just wasn't able to, like, pay his employees, which... That was a while ago, and I haven't, and I'm not exactly that familiar with that specific part of his lore, per se. The second one was the Publica, which was actually pretty recent by comparison. In which was publishing, like, really, like, racially charged stuff. I'm not going to bring up an example because I'd rather not risk giving him any clicks, and also, I don't even know if he still has the website up. Oh, order was wrong. All right. Never mind then, it actually goes straight to the quarterings Ing's website now. Oh well. Funny thing is that
Just as I wanted. I didn't ask for this.
and it seemed like he was basically trying to like use search optimization to like game the system, like his new. I don't know what he was trying to go forward with exclusively games. Maybe he was like thinking like people would just like search up for game news, nothing else or something. But with the Publica, I suspect he was trying to like draw in people who were looking for pro Publica, and while coffee brand coffee, that's a pretty easy one. Oops. This one I can actually fix without doing anything since, well, there is a reset button in case that does happen. I think I'll look at like some of the best of lists first, then I'll get back to you.
Thanks.
Just as I wanted.
I was gonna say I only counted 3 people, but then I realized one of them was actually he like occupying the same space as the other.
Nice to see you again, nephew.
Surprised there isn't like a paid service I can like hire in this game that lets me like deal with those dunes. A lot. That's all I'll say. Like, I'm pretty sure Snuffy mostly collaborates with other female VTubers, and while I'm not exactly looking to transition in right now. There's usually at least some. I mean, maybe if I hit like a 5-digit sub count, or follower count rather, or on Twitch.
Well done, nephew. I'm really proud.
It's only way I'll know for sure is for it. I think I'll take care of the 3 customers who are waiting for ice cream, then I'll call it a stream.
Just as I wanted.
Thanks.
I was worried we'd be stranded. How much do I owe you?
You're a lifesaver.
Okay, I'm gonna actually end the stream here. Thanks for tuning in. Not sure what we'll do Sunday, but Monday we will be back with more Stalker. Or 2. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'm Andres from Bell, and I'll see you on my next assignment. Later.